Hello everybody, today I'll be doing a tag video. This is a really fun tag that I actually saw on Elisa Lobotomy's channel. I'll put her channel over here and her video over here. This tag is called If I Owned a Makeup Brand, and it was created by Vicky Vlogs, and I'll put her channel over here and the tag video over here. I actually like giving you guys like a visual aid of like these people and their channels because I feel like that would like just like convey the message a little bit easier. That's why I'm doing it here. But anyway, I saw the questions. I was really like just inspired by it because I have constantly wondered like how would I do things if I owned a makeup brand. That would be so fun and so interesting, and I like can't even begin to think like what I would do with that sort of thing. But these questions are a few questions that will hopefully allow me to like formulate like what I would like my brand to be. So we're going to be getting into that today. But before we get started, I do want to take the time to introduce myself. My name is Anya and I post makeup videos here on my YouTube channel. I post videos about every single day, and my videos range from to conversation about the makeup industry. I talk about new makeup releases a lot. I also make tag videos such as these, and I love talking about just makeup in general. I love the creativity involved, the artistry. It's something I'm very passionate about, and that's why I have a YouTube channel dedicated to it. I also have an Instagram onto which I post colorful makeup tutorials and photos such as this one, but I do post makeup tutorials on my IGTV as well if you ever are interested in seeing a good old-fashioned colorful makeup tutorial on yours truly. But without further ado, let's just get started with the questions. I'm very excited about this tag. The questions seem fascinating and I can't wait to get started. So the first question is, what would your pricing be like? Luxury, high, mid-end, or drugstore? Definitely not luxury. I don't ever see myself, if I was going to create a brand, I don't see myself pricing it at a luxury price, because I think that even if I was like at a point in my life where I can afford luxury makeup, I don't think I would necessarily want to alienate a potential customer base by keeping it luxury. I would like to keep it high end because I would like to do things with my brand that would raise the cost of production, and that would not make it possible for me to do drugstore pricing, even though that would be so very cool. But if I had my own makeup brand, I would like to like just make it super like cool and interesting and innovative, and I feel like I can't do what I would want to do with drugstore pricing. I'd much rather bring it up to like a high-end price but still make it realistic. Like for example, I'm not going to do a single shadow for like $30. That's not going to happen. You know what I mean? So anyway, the next question is, what would the theme slash aesthetic be? Edgy, food theme, girly, etc. It would definitely be edgy and colorful and like maybe even like fantastical. If I had my own brand, I would like to put in like all sorts of colors and textures. What would your color scheme slash packaging be like? Now, you guys know how much I love colorful products. That is my aesthetic. That is what I go for. So obviously I'll be playing around a lot with colors, textures, finishes, all that sort of thing. But when it comes to packaging specifically, I actually have something to show you that really epitomizes what I would want for a brand if I ever had one. These are, sorry, I'm just like holding these in like this really weird way. These are a pair of shoes that what is in the shoe? Yeah, that's a shoelace. These are a pair of shoes that I bought for myself like many months ago. And originally when I bought these, like they were these like really cool like holographic shoes. They just had the holographic thing on them, no design on top whatsoever. What happened is that when I got these shoes and I started wearing them like a lot because I like them so much, I started wearing them like a ton, they started like just becoming very damaged, even though I was trying very hard not to damage them. They just started becoming damaged because of this like holographic material that's on the shoe. It tends to like sort of flake off, and that was an issue. So what I did is I revamped these shoes and I painted on top of them with nail polish and glittery nail polish and all that sort of thing. So I'll give you guys a close-up of what these shoes look like just up close and personal, because I love these shoes now. They're so cool to me, and I don't know, like they're just like not like necessarily beautiful, but they're so like weird and so fun and so colorful. This is the kind of packaging that I would love for my brand. I would love to have like a holographic design and then like lots of colors on top. Sorry, I'm waving these shoes around, but yeah, I love these shoes, and if I ever had a brand, I would definitely be inspired by these shoes. If I had this brand now, I'd be inspired by these shoes because I think that these are gorgeous and they're so glittery and so beautiful, and it's kind of like a unique concept, and I would definitely draw from this if I created my own brand. If you had to compare yourself to an existing brand, what would it be? So for me right now, a brand that really inspires me would be Yters, specifically for the fact that any sort of product that they launch is created in a way, is packaged in a way, is laid out in a way that is so inspiring, to the point that, in my opinion, each and every single item that they come out with is inspiring. I'm lucky enough to own 2 of their palettes, and I look at those palettes as works of art simply because not only are the colors and the formulas beautiful, but the entire way that they are packaged is absolutely stunning. And I definitely would like my brand to have like a similar thing going on, wherein each and every single product would be, in my mind, a work of art and would be inspiring not only to the people that use it, the people that see it online, the people that would be just like looking at it on the website. You know, like I want this, like I want the products in my hypothetical brand to be inspiring in that way. That would be so cool. How often would you release products? I would most definitely be an indie brand, of course, because like if I own my own brand, I would be an indie brand. So what I like about what the indie brands are doing, like indie brands such as Collab, Melt Cosmetics, Linda Hallberg, those brands really strategize their releases, and they come out with very well thought out products every once in a while. They're not necessarily interested in just spewing out products one after the other. They're very like strategic as to how they push their products and when they do launch them. So I would like to take a cue from brands such as those, because I think that those are just a few examples of the brands that are still able to maintain that um, special newness whenever they have a new launch. Because brands like, for example, Anastasia Beverly Hills had that nuance several years ago when they would only come out with like a new thing every now and then. But for example, in 2019, they started coming out with product after product after product after product, and everybody started getting a little bit bored, and all the things started looking a little bit mundane, like a little bit same. And I don't want that for my brand. I want the products to be like very well spaced out and not like so like just helter skelter in terms of like release dates and all that. So the next question is, what would you want to be known for? Highlight, eyeshadow, brushes, etc. Eye stuff, definitely. I have thought about this for like a little bit, like every now and then, like whenever I think about like how I would launch a brand, if I ever did. But I would like to come out with like an eye product. I don't know if I would like to come out with an eyeshadow palette right off the bat, because I feel like right now at least everybody who's anybody is coming out with eyeshadow palettes, and I love that. That's super cool. But at the same time, I wouldn't want to risk my brand looking the same as all the other brands, if that makes any sense. So maybe I would be coming up with like some kind of like innovative formula, innovative product specifically for the eyes, and package it in a way that's like very just like groundbreaking for a first launch. I would probably be coming out with like a lot more highlighters. I would like to maybe focus on like the shimmery, glossy, metallic textures, so maybe like come out with like multi-use products with that theme in mind. I would also like to come out with like items that would make it really easy for a consumer to really be creative with their makeup. I wouldn't want anybody to feel limited in the way that they can use the product. I would want people to use things in like just many different ways. I would, for example, would love a lip color to be safe for use on the eyes, and vice versa, even if that's even a possibility. I don't really know much about formulas, but that's like what I would be brainstorming. I would like to be known for, in a sense, multi-use products specifically that have a whole bunch of colors, fun textures that are inspiring, and that can really fuel people's creativity. And what would your number one eyeshadow palette launch look like? Colors and textures. I prefer eyeshadow formulas that are either matte or like super foiled shadows. So in an eyeshadow palette, in an ideal eyeshadow palette, I would like a juxtaposition between the two. So like really beautiful mattes and really just intense foiled shadows. I would also like a collection of like shades that would be like both jewel tones and neons. I would like to see that both in one palette. Obviously, I think I would be playing around with like different tones just in general, but I think if I was going to have like a number one palette launch, it would be a juxtaposition between jewel tones, neons, and foils and mattes. So that would be like the theme that I would probably try to go for. Your dream collab, celeb or influencer, and why? I would love to collaborate with the artist Ismael French. She is absolutely just groundbreaking in her use of FX, in her use of avant-garde makeup and editorial and runway shows alike. She is so cool, so interesting. I'm consistently inspired by her work. I would love for her to collaborate with me on a collection of multiple products. That would be so cool, so interesting. I would love to see her take on makeup because I don't think that she has her own makeup line as of yet. So I'd love to see how she would take her very avant-garde, very otherworldly ideas and put them into a makeup line. That would be so cool. How would you handle a scandal? Jaclyn Cosmetics, for example. Okay, so this is quite interesting. I would first of all make it a lot easier for me to refund the customers if need be. I would also try and make sure to do extensive quality control before the launch for preventative measures, and if things slip through the cracks, I would like to take ownership and responsibility rather than hide in the shadows and not handle things well. Because I think that like if like my customers came to me with like issues with like photographic evidence of like this happening or that happening, it would be very difficult for me to like just dismiss them. I would much rather take their complaint seriously, address it in a responsible manner, and move forward. Refund everybody, of course. But yeah, just that's the way I would handle it. How would you distribute PR? I would try and package PR as sustainably as possible. Smaller packages, nothing like too like haphazard. I would like my products to be the focus rather than like a very unsustainable PR package. I would also like to really just like distribute my PR to people that I deem to be like super creative and people who are weird, creative, artistic, people who match the aesthetic of the brand. Like the people like on Instagram, for example, that create works of art on their faces, and I mean like works of art that are so talented. I would love for them to have my PR. Also people on YouTube who are reputable, people who are trusted, give good reviews, like those sorts of people would definitely have my PR. Would you rather be sold in Ulta or Sephora? I would rather be sold in Sephora. Even though I love Ulta, I consistently go to Ulta for all things makeup, I feel like just in general, Sephora, like aesthetic wise, just like matches my personality so much more. Also because they do have international presence. But that is the end of this video. Those were all the questions. Thank you so much for staying with me. I really like this tag. This definitely got me thinking. This definitely got me inspired. I wish that like I could have my own brand. That would be so fun. That would be so much fun. But like definitely 100% like if I was gonna have my own brand, it would like just be very costly and I'd have to raise a lot of money to even attempt to formulate anything. But it'd be so cool. That'd be such a dream come true. It really would. But thank you so much for watching till the end of this video. I do hope that you enjoyed it and found my views interesting. And I will see you all tomorrow. Bye guys.